I'm Anil Kumar. We are reviewing how to solve logarithmic equations. We have taken up an excellent example here. And the question is, solve for x, round to two decimal places if applicable. So you may need a calculator to solve this kind of equation, right? So two decimal places rounding up means calculator, correct? Anyway, let's look into them one by one. The first one is log to the base x of 8 is equals to minus half, and the second one is log to the base of 6 x squared equals to 3. You can pause the video, solve, and then look into my suggestion. Now whenever you have logarithmic equations like this, the best way is to write in exponential form. So how do you convert from log to exponential? So this is base x. In exponential form also base remains the same. So we could write this as 8 equals to x to the power of minus half. Do you get an idea? So that is how we could write it. So we can just change the base to the right side, write it in exponential form. So that gives us an idea of solving such equations. Is that okay? So that is one thing. Now what we need here is so we got this. Now when I say x to the power of minus half, now what I could do here is kind of we can just change the power here. I take, or let's go one more step here. So it means 8 is right there, and x to the power of minus half means 1 over x to the power of half. Does it make sense? Okay, so 1 over x to the power of half, we need to solve this. So what we can do is we can square both sides. So we have 64 equals to 1 over x. This is squaring both sides, and so we get x as equals to 1 over 64, correct? So that becomes the solution. Now for this solution we didn't need calculator. That is good. So that is the equation. We got the answer. Since it says round to two decimal places, it also says if applicable, you need not round it to two decimal places. Well, 1 divided by 64, what do we get in decimals is a number like that, right? Which is not a good number to write. So 1 over 64 is a better answer. So we'll write it in the exact value, and I will say the answer is x equals to 1 over 64, right? If applicable, correct? So we are taking advantage of this if applicable thing. Now let's do the next one, which says log to the base 6x squared is equals to 3. Again, same concept. So we'll write this as x squared equals to what? 6 is the base, right, to the power of 3. You get an idea, correct? Now what is x equals to? Now you could actually, let me go back one more step. You can do 6 cube here, correct? So let's get it in numbers. So 6 cube is how much? 6 cube is equals to 216. Let's write 216. It becomes simpler, right? So now we say, what is x equals to? X is equals to square root of 216. And whenever you do square root, you have to do positive and negative. So we do square root of 216, and that is equals to, now let's write it in two decimal places, which is plus minus 14.696. I could write 70. Is it okay? So we wrote this as plus minus 14.70. Now whenever you're working with logarithmic equation, you have to check, are both correct answers or not? Well, if you look into domain of this function, since it is x squared, okay, so whatever number you place here is squared, so the domain is that x is not equal to 0. That is it. But it could have negative values, right? So therefore, we have two answers here. So our answer in this case is x equals to plus and minus 14.70. So here is a reminder. In logarithmic equation, you can get extraneous roots. You have to always check with the domain. So once you start working with the equation, write on the domain. No hesitation, right? So we know here x should be not equal to 0. In this case, we know x should be greater than 0, correct? So negative answer was not acceptable. Well, we didn't get also, that's okay. Anyway, I hope that helps you to understand the concept. It's a good review. to get into logarithmic equations. So you can check few more videos in this list and get prepared for your test on logarithms. I'm Anil Kumar. Thanks for visiting and all the best for your exam. Thank you.